Hello everybody, it's Matt again from FamilyManTrading.com. I put my information up here on the chart so that you can see it. If you need anything with TradingView scripts or strategies, or just have questions about the videos I put out, this is the best way to get a hold of me. I am on Facebook Messenger through the JagFX group, but it kind of depends on when I can see those notifications and how they work. But send me an email if you have any questions. Get on my website, go through the Contact Us page. There's some information on the website as well as far as just what I do with scripts and strategies and all that. So don't hesitate to reach out. It comes directly to me. I don't have a large team of people. There's only a few of us, so I get back to you as quick as I can. That being said, today's video is going to cover the differences between the indicator scripts that you've received through the JagFX program and a strategy script. And the main difference is indicators just put information on your screen. So you get your moving averages, you get the MACD Platinum, you get the dots and the indications that things are hopefully going to go your way in a certain way that you plan out. But that's all they do. They're just indicators. They don't do anything else. With a strategy script, what we do is we use those indicators, but we make fake trades. This is not an auto trader. It doesn't make any trades for you with real money. You can't hook up your broker to it using TradingView and have it place trades for you. It doesn't do that. It's fake trading. But what it does do is take the information that you plug into it regarding your stop loss and your take profit and when to enter the trade as if you were trading it, so that you can have an idea of whether or not it's profitable. So I'll just give you some settings. You obviously are probably going to recognize right away that my 240 line looks a little different. In the main indicator, it's gray, like you see right here. What I've done is I've programmed it so that if we're in a downtrend, the 240 line is red. If we begin to go in an uptrend, or if we're in an uptrend, it's green. So you'll see as price came down, it had been trending downward, and as it started to roll back up, it turned kind of neutral for a moment, and it almost went up, went neutral, and then came back down a little bit as price continued in the overall downtrend. This is nice for me when I look at strategies and setups, because I want to know, just really quick looking, is it down or is it up? And sometimes when you're zoomed into your chart, the colors kind of move all over the place. So this just tells me right off without having to even think about it, we're in a downtrend or we're in an uptrend. Also, I've used that to program some of the trades, which I'm going to show you in a minute. One cool thing that you can see though is as the trend is going down, say here as these MAs opened up and we have this down trend, we have the strategy placing a sell. So we get the indicator, as you all know how that system works. These extra dots are the strategy that I programmed to know what the price is for the stop loss and the take profit. They're going to be red for the stop loss and green for the take profit. So just to zoom in here, I'll show you. Here's the sell indicator with our QMP filter. So on open of the next candle, our system places a sell trade. That's this little red triangle right here, and it tells you we've made a sell. This number up here is the number of units. I use Awanda. I don't do lots through TradingView. I just do unit size. So we've got about 6,700 units. It places the sell here, and then these crosses are literally programmed in for a stop loss and a take profit level. And currently the euro dollar is trading very well on a 1.6 to 1 ratio to the stop loss. So our sell is placed here. A stop will be at this level right here where it lines up with the red cross, and the take profit, hopefully when price goes our way, will come down here to this green cross right here at this price. Those are hard programs, so we get some real data, and you'll see that obviously we place the trade, price moved down, and we hit profit right here. Excuse me. The cool thing about having this trend line is we're confident every time a sell comes up that we can do that. So again, here's a sell indicator with the QMP filter dot. We have our stop loss. Sell is placed here. Profit target is here, and we've hit the profit target. I've programmed this particular strategy to not take trades when the MAs are going the opposite way. And what I mean by that is everything is moving down. We're in a downward trend, so I don't want to take any buys. That's another reason that I programmed knowing what this trend is looking like here, so that these buys won't take effect. So we're not going to take a buy because we're likely to lose that, at least probability wise. So here's an example of a loss. We had the sell indicator, price came down pretty good, we almost took it, and then we came up here for a loss. Needless to say, here's another profit. So it's all good. We're going to take losses obviously, but what we've done is minimize the amount of those, and we've determined our probability based on the strategy script. So let me try not to go too fast here, but so that you know, all of these take profit and stop loss indicators are adjustable. I've programmed this specific strategy script so that I want to know how to squeeze out the most profits out of this currency when we trade this way. So when we click in the strategy tester tab down here, it'll pull up our data. TradingView does a pretty good job of doing this really fast. The data comes back pretty quick, and what we can look at is just the net profit, how many closed trades we've had in the period that we're testing, the percent profitable, or essentially your win rate, a profit factor, which is an equation with all of this data, and your max drawdown. Something to remember is the net profit percentage and the dollar amount is based specifically off of how much capital you plug in to your account. So for example, I plugged in $2,500 USD. If you plug this in as something different, say $1,000, the numbers are going to change. You're still going to have the same percentages, but the dollar amount that you make is different because the lot sizes decrease based on my programming. I wanted to make sure it wasn't false data. I wanted it to do a certain percentage of my account. These numbers are trading with a 2% account. So those of you that might be trading account sizes of $10,000 or more, if you traded this, essentially what you're looking at is the same percentage, but you'd be making $4,800 as opposed to $484, etc. Anyway, and then down here, our red line is this is our drawdown. So if it spikes and comes way down here, that means we had a heavy drawdown period. The blue area is our equity. And obviously this is what we want to see. The occasional dip here and there, which is pretty healthy in my opinion, but a steady rise over time. This particular strategy that we're looking at here, again, the euro dollar 12 hour, this was on 3 years. And I'll show you that information right here. And while we're in here, I'll cover what we're doing with this strategy. This is some freebie stuff to you, so you guys know. I'm not going to go into detail with exactly what the strategy is, because that's information that I give to my clients, and they do pay for that. But essentially, we're looking at the MA lines and the QMP filters and how they respond to each other. And then I have some programming if it will follow the trend or not. These are just simple yes or no. But the data is pretty good for that. Our look back period is 15 for the highs and lows to set the stop loss. So as we get an indicator, we're going to look back 15 candles for the highest high or the lowest low, depending on if we're buying or selling. Again, I apologize, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on that just because of the way it's set up for my clients. And if you want to be one or want to get that information, again, hit me up on that website or email. I'm happy to give it to you. Our reward ratio to the stop loss is our profit ratio. So I've got it set to 1.6, meaning 1.6 the distance of our stop loss to our take profit. So I want 1.6 in my profit. I'll go ahead and show you that now, just so that you can see on our drawings. If we were to take a sell, and for this one, for example, we opened right here. These aren't going to be exact, but I'll show you just for a visual estimation. This is a trade scenario. You can do this in TradingView with either a long position or a short position. It just kind of helps you get some numbers, and as you see when we highlight this, it gives you ratios, the amount of pips, and dollar amount if you program that in. I use this just for the ratio. So if we put this around the stop loss area, which is that red cross right here, we can put it about there, and then we'll put the take profit at the profit cross down here. When we look at this, we can see that obviously our trade was entered, price moved in our favor, and we took profit right here. Granted, these aren't put in exactly, but you'll see that our ratio is almost 1.6. And if I typed in these prices right here, which I'll dive into in a more specific video, this would come out to exactly 1.6 because that's what I've programmed it to do. So that's basically what's happening. So when we look at this, that 1.6 is that ratio between how much profit we want to the stop loss. All right. So the other things that I've programmed in here is a time parameter so that you can update your times to figure out when you want to trade. For me, I have to have at least 3 years of trading data for me to trust that it's probable and I can be confident in my trades. I don't like to look at just 3 months or 6 months, especially on a 12-hour chart. I want to see that over time it's performed well. So that's what we did with this one here. I went from the first day, the first month, so January 1st of 2017, and I just programmed it through the end of this year, 2020. That way we capture every single trade that's out there. And I made these all input variables, which is kind of nerd speak for just things that you can plug in and edit on the fly rather than having to recode it or reprogram it. So you'll notice if I go down to my 1% risk percentage, meaning I'll trade 1% of my account on every trade, these numbers change because now we're only risking 1%, so we're only going to lose that much or win that much. The more aggressive traders, you can jump this up, and obviously you start seeing these numbers get much greater. But if you have the appetite for risk and you can handle a 17% drawdown on a $2,500 account, you're only going to lose $1,700, but you're going to make $12,000. It's just kind of a way to look at this. So I trade on 2%, which is why I default programmed it to that. And you can say OK. So at the end of the day, what the strategy script does is it allows you to put those inputs in so that you can test which currencies trade in which behavior, so that you can tell if it's profitable for you or not. And you can just change them. If I wanted to say I want a more higher win rate, but I don't want to wait until this hits 1.6, I might just go for a 1-to-1 ratio. And you'll see all of these things change. So in a prior example, you'll see that our stop loss and take profit is no longer at 1.6. Now it's at 1-to-1, which is somewhere in this area here. But you're going to see that the numbers change too. So this is why the strategy is so powerful, the script anyway, because all we did was change one thing. We kept everything the same. All we did was change how far we let our trades go to hit profit in relationship to our stop loss. So by going from 1.6 to 1, we actually did worse on this currency. So we made 6% profit, but we lost a pretty whopping 13.72%. So this system, in my opinion, would not be profitable trading this way, where you have a hard stop and a hard target if you only did a 1-to-1, because over the last 3 years, each trade has actually performed better than a 1-to-1, where you're getting more of a 1.6-to-1 relationship. Here's the other cool thing about the strategy script when you have it, and this is why it helps with backtesting. I've programmed it so that when you come in here, you can hit your arrow keys, or you can type in the information and it goes up incrementally. As we change this number, you can see that these numbers change too, where you can really fine-tune your profits so that you know exactly how to set your trades up. So we'll just go through these, and you can watch down below how the strategy tester produces different results, and hopefully you find one that works for you. So now we're at 17% profit, 11% drawdown. We just kind of keep going through this. Here's another one. This is pretty good. 30% profit, 7% drawdown. When I do this, I literally go through tick by tick, and I wait to see the best results regarding profit and drawdown. I personally pay more attention to the drawdown because my appetite for risk is pretty high, but this is all about saving money. The money will come when you get your strategy down. It's all about protecting your capital. So I want to find the best drawdown that I can before I worry about making a bunch of money. But immediately at 1.3 to 1, you can see a much higher win rate. Before it was 52% when we went 1 to 1. So automatically you're going to get more profit because you win more often, and you're taking more wins than you take losses. So it starts getting a little better. 36 profit, 7 drawdown. And I won't bore you or go too long with this video, but at 1.6, we're at 48% profit with 6% drawdown. To me, this is completely acceptable, so I go ahead and use that. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to do another video that kind of talks about all the different things you can use with TradingView, adding indicators, going more in detail with some of these strategy performances. But I wanted to show you what the power of the strategy script is. To help you guys out as far as what I do, I do program these strategies, I code them, and then I give them to you royalty free, 100%. They're yours, you own them. And I go through and I'll program it exactly how you want it regarding your take profit, your stop loss, if you want extra indicators on here, when you want to enter, when you want to exit, all that stuff. We program how much capital you have, and you name it. Basically, I want these numbers down here to match what you want, your trading style. So I'll put it back up here just in case. Go to my website, or you can email me. I'm also in the JagFX group, and you can get a hold of me there. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hopefully that explained a little bit for you. Have a great day.